Okay, so what I'm going to do, it means in this variable I am saving this all new object and all and features and attribute. So if you want to know what is your attribute and all any information attribute, so if you are going to directly, if you are going to execute this, because all of the result is saved into this, right? If I'm going to execute this, I will get that all of the detail, means height is this, weight is this, name is this, interest is this, city is this, right? This all. If you want to get any individual object, so you can, okay, otherwise if you want, you can give the pipe symbol and you can write ft, means it is just a formatting the table of this pipe symbol and all we are going to discuss later into this is what is this, we in the later class we are going to discuss. So what you understood, if you are going to create any object, we are just fetching some of the data, and if you want, you can, if you are going to give the dot, once you are giving the dot, all attribute automatically it is coming here, right? City, height, interest, name, weight. If I want anything interest and I will give only interest, if I'm going to execute this, what is going to happen, it is going to give movie, music, gaming, it is there. So I am just created one new object. Inside it I have saved many things, and I am fetching the data as per my what, as per my what attribute I want to fetch. I am going to just we are able to find out this. Here I have not mentioned any method and all, and if you want, as a PowerShell you will able to develop that method and all everything here, but we are not going to in future also we are not going to develop anything in such a way, because nowadays market everything is available, right? Just I'm going with some different example, just we will see um, example of objects. So just we will see, so just I am taking this time this one. So don't become confused people before they are using this type. So here what happened, here also what I'm doing, no, I am creating the new object. So this time what happened, Microsoft, because we are going to deal with only SQL Server, right? So Microsoft has launched the SMO. I will tell you this, everything I will explain in the later classes. So what happened, you understood, before nothing was there, people was creating their object and all like this way, they are fetching the data. But after that what happened, Microsoft has launched their SMO, server management object, and he told you go, you can go with the new object like this way, and directly you pass that SMO from here, you pass your server name, and whatever you want you can fetch from here. Just you can see here. So this is nothing but it is the loading the SMOs and all. This is the library. If you have, you are from the computer science background, in your college life you have studied this, before running any programming you are just loading the assemblies and libraries, right? So this is nothing but it's a loading the assemblies and all. If you are not going to use this, then also it will work. If you are going to give, then also it will work. It is same as that whenever you are learning that C programming, you are right, include a studio.c, something like that. So loading that all program. So if you are giving, it is also fine. If you are not giving, then also it is fine. So what happened, if I'm going to run this same way in this same how it is saved, it is going to, I'm passing the server name from this SMOs, and it is saved into $s, right? $s. And if I want to print the $s, I can give here same way. I want to know the what are the attribute is there for this server, I can give dollar. You can see the database. So what are the database is available with the full property, it is going to display this all result. If I'm going to display this, it is going to display what are the database is there into this server, it is going to display this. So if I'm going to run, it will take some time. So it is giving the all database name, all property. So even if I want to get something like that, I can go with the select name directly with this. In this, it is giving the all detail about the database property. So if I'm going to select, after that again means this all result I am passing, means I am filtering it, what only I am doing the select name. So if I'm going to select name, it is going to display the only database name, right, which are the database available in this server, right? This all database. So this is also one of the type of this where people was creating their object, and then they are just finding some attribute and all. One more thing, I am going to give you one example. Here what I am going to do, I am just taking one commandlets, just commandlets. It is same as your same as this. Whatever I'm explaining, please remember, because I will compare with this in my PPT. So this is same as your invoke SQL CMD. I think you all are aware of the invoke SQL CMD is used for connecting the SQL server. That is the commandlets, right? So same as there is some commandlet is called get date. This is also nothing but it is also called as this is also called as your object, right? This is also called, but this time you don't have to create new object like this, right? What Microsoft had done, whatever you are doing like this, no, he has created in this way, right? We'll discuss this all later. So you same thing you are performing, how you are performing, you are just creating new object and filtering like this. So what Microsoft has done, he has created commandlets, and this everything he has put inside this. You can see that if it is I will show you. These all are the commandlets. I will discuss later. Control F, database. I hope I will get a backup database, backup ability, restore database info. I want some new database mount. Get DBA database, right? The same thing. Get DBA database. So this all information, which one I was creating new object, then passing the SMOs, this everything you will able to perform using the get DBA database. What I will do, I will just, I'm going through Google, and I will type this one. So you can see DBA tool. Oh, this is a part of DBA tool. Okay, anyhow, I don't want to go for the DBA tool. I want to go for commandlets. Okay, anyhow, anyhow, you can go with the invoke. You can go with invoke SQL CMD only. So this is the SQL PS. It is the PowerShell model. Using this also you will able to get the all information about the database. So same work whatever we are doing here, same thing you can do from here. Later we are going to discuss. You can pass your instance name from here. Then you can write what script you want to run and what database information you want to get. So in this you don't have to create any object and all. So directly you can go and you will able to fetch the data. So just you can go here, you can see these are the, it is given some programming. So invoke SQL CMD, you can give the query and you can pass your instance name. Here you can give select star from sys.sys database, or you can write select name from sys.sys database. So this time you can see I'm not creating any object, because what happened once that PowerShell was launched the commandlet. So what he done, why the people will write this kind of thing? It should be better, I will just develop very small one. Just he has to pass the server name like this star, and you can pass this, you can pass the database name, you can pass the information, but internally this is doing this kind of work only. Getting or not? So just example I am doing invoke SQL CMD. I'm not taking an example. Later we are going to discuss many more things. If I'm going to display here get date, right, it is going to display some of the result, because get date is also commandlets. But if you want to do this get date from the .NET library and all, you will able to perform. I think somewhere I have developed that also. Where it is, okay, you can see using this one, using this, where somewhere I have copied this. This one. So you can see new object, and you can pass, this is the .NET library function, using that system.data type. Using this you will able to perform the same operation which one I am doing with the get date. Just we will discuss about that. So if I'm going to run this, it is going to give me the result. What I'm doing, this I am just putting into the bracket, and if I'm going to put dot here, right, what it is going to give, This is nothing but if I'm going to give the bracket, it is known as anonymous object, object with no name. If I'm going to give this one same as if I'm going to create dollar with the date is equal to like this, right? This time what happened, this all value is going to saved inside this variable, right? So it is also display the same, means same result I have saved into this, and then we are printing this value. But here I'm not doing this, I am just working on the anonymous object, object which don't have any name, it is don't have name, it is itself, it is going to display the result. If I am going to press dot here, dot here, what happened, it is going to display the member of this or attribute of this. So if I'm going to press here date, right, just I'm pressing this and I'm passing the date. If I'm going to run, it is going to display 30 because today is 30th, right? It is going to display this result, means today date is 30, right? This is nothing but it is called as your what, attribute. So which are the attribute is the same as your this, right? When I am running this and I am passing my name, city and all, it is giving the result. Here this everything, you don't have to create anything. It should be better Microsoft thought, why should we will not only create this kind of commandlets. So that one, once it is launched, it is known as commandlets, where you should not have to create anything. Even if you want to get date, you can go with the .NET library, you can use the new object, then you can give some date level of thing, system dot date time something, and then you saved into the result, then you pass that, also result will come. But instead of doing this kind of work, Microsoft has released this. This is nothing, it is called at your commandlets, it is called as commandlets. Commandlets, you don't have to create any object internally, it's having the feature, you have to just use it, right? And one more thing, it is here, once you are giving you can see here. So what you understood, whenever you are giving dot, you will able to see lot of variable, it is nothing but it is your, it is called as your attribute, right? There is something called function. If you are going down, you can see this kind of thing, it is there. I will go with the add dates. If you are talking about, I'm going to add one here and I will press. So what is the function? Function means nothing but you have to, so it is giving 1 day extra, it is added 1 day. So function, what you understood, function is nothing but you have to pass some value, so what it is going to perform this, right? So I hope you understood object and all. So now I'm going with the, now I am going with my so you understanding, no? So this in PowerShell, everything is object. In that you can pass the attribute, you can get the result, it's having the function, it's having the same concept what oops having, it is having the same concept what object oriented programming is using. But those kind of feature we have not discussed, we have discussed we can pass the parameter, we can find the result. So this kind, if you don't able to see the new object, so don't think it is not, because Microsoft itself, they have kept into the get that all feature, you try only to use it. So now I'm going with my PPT now. So when the PowerShell version 2 was launched, so when the PowerShell version 2 was launched, after 6 years, this PowerShell version was launched, and on the August 2009. So when it is launched, so it was supported on Windows 7. So Windows 7 software, if you are going to install, automatically PowerShell will come. Windows Server 2008 R2, it was a part of 2008 R2. So once you are installing, PowerShell version 2 will come with the 2008. So there is something called major improvement it has done into the PowerShell PowerShell, that is called as remotely sign. Here what happened, after this you will able to perform any operation, any script remotely. You don't have to go to that server to perform the operation. Before PowerShell version 2, in PowerShell version 1, if you want to develop any PowerShell programming, that time you have to work on the single computer, which host you are writing the program, it is going to execute the programming in that. But PowerShell version 2, you are able to perform that your script into the multiple of computer. If you have access and it is connected through the domain, you will able to perform. And you have what happened, it's added the hundreds of commandlets. So what are the commandlets is there, you can see. If you are writing just get command, so it is going to display the all result about the command which are the command it is available in your server. The same result I have copied into this one, right? So you can see, so these are the, there is the mini, it is called as commandlets. There is something called so you can see, so DBA tool, this all are this commandlets control. You can see the function, you can see the commandlets into where it is. Yeah, you can see these are the commandlets. So these are the commandlets for the different thing. Also you can see this is the disk level of commandlets. There is something called SQL PKI, somewhere you have heard about that. There is something called SQL level of commandlets also. So there is many commandlets what develop. So if I'm going and talking get date, this is also one of the commandlets only. If I will go and if I will filter it, so get date is nothing but it is the commandlets only, but it is not belongs to SQL. It is Microsoft PowerShell utility. If I'm going to type here invoke SQL, if I'm going with invoke SQL CMD, so this is also one of the commandlets, but it is called PowerShell module command. So this is only belongs to your SQL. So that's why it is written SQL PowerShell. Got it or not? This is also commandlets. So maybe when this was not there, people was doing the programming in such a way, in this way, right? Once after that, what happened? Microsoft has launched the SMOs, right? After that, PowerShell is launched the commandlets, means like this way. So here you don't have to go with this type of programming, directly you will be able to. So where you are seeing commandlets, this all are like invoke command. So this one is came from the third version. Even from the first version of the PowerShell, only commandlets was available. If somebody will ask when the commandlets was launched, you can say it is the first only PowerShell version one, only the commandlets were there. But related with SQL commandlets and multiple of hundreds of commandlets, which is going to be useful where people was using, this all came from the PowerShell version 2. I hope you are understanding. You don't have any doubt, right, guys?
Yeah, we're good so far.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah, good.
coming,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm coming with the PowerShell version 2, PowerShell version 3. So this one was released on 2012. It's having the more features and capability introduced, supporting the workflow. Workflow means, meaning of this means, you know, that flow chart, right? So it's having the feature where it will be rotate into the loop. So it is not, I'm not talking about commandlets. I'm talking about it's having some of the programming features like in the .NET or in Java or C++, how you are rotating, go to this loop, perform this operation, after that go to back to the loop. This all are the feature. One flow workflow means how the programming has to be work, how the programming has to be follow. This all came PowerShell version 3, right? Then after that introduced a the graphical PowerShell tool that is called ISE, integrated script environment. If you are clicking here, you can type PowerShell, you can see this is nothing but ISE. If you want to open run as administrator, you always open. That is nothing but it is the remote rename to integrated script environment. So PowerShell having two things, one is this and one having this. This having all of the, it's having all of the tool, means here you can do the programming. If something, you can see there is the something called GUI graphical tool he has, PowerShell has developed. If somebody will ask from when it is developed, it is developed from PowerShell version 3, right? So there is something called improve the tab this one features. What is this tab feature means? If you are writing anything into the PowerShell, right? I have right here get hyphen command. So here automatically it is displaying, right? But if you will go to here get hyphen com and you are pressing tab, automatically it will come here. You are pressing tab. This feature it is going to be implemented from PowerShell version 3. Going with the PowerShell version 4. So PowerShell version 4, what it was happened is released on 2003, just after 1 year of the PowerShell, and it has added the feature that is called DSC. What is DSC? It is desired state configuration. desired state configuration feature was added in PowerShell version 4. So what is the desired state configuration? It is the feature which was developed in the 4.0 and above also it is there. It's help it was very helpful for doing the administrative and automation of the any task. Like just example, and it can be work on the Windows, Linux, any operating system. After the DSC was launched, all people, either it is Windows server, Windows who is working on the Windows server, who is working on the AD server, they all has started using this, because using the desired state configuration, you will able to modify that everything in the server registry level of thing. If you want to install anything, you will able to do, you are able to uninstall before, which is going to touch the registry, you are not able to perform before 4.4. But after 4 point this, once it was able to do, you are able to perform everything, either it is Windows services level of thing, setting, managing the file directories, registry setting, stopping the services, killing that any process. So you can see the group automation of the management. So this all deploying the new software, uninstalling the software, this all work you are able to perform from the 4.0. So from here it was very important. Even all people has started doing automation from this time 2013. So 2013 was a great innovation. Once the PowerShell has launched the 4.0, all people has started writing the SQL script, has launched a lot of script from 4.0. Even before also people was doing, it is not like automation was not there, people was not, once the PowerShell launched from that time only, but it was very difficult to do that. But from here it is very simple, anything you will able to do. In the later classes you will see that. Then what about the PowerShell version 5? PowerShell version 5 was launched on May 2014, and it was the part of Framework 5.0. So if you have .NET Framework 5.0, automatically PowerShell version 5 will be installed. It will come in your system. It introduced what introduced? It is the PowerShell Get. It is the new way of installing, upgrading the PowerShell module. So what is the PowerShell module? We are going to discuss later into the in that next class. Then it's added the network switches commandlets. So network switches and all this belongs to that networking team. So for them it is make something easy. And from here, once they have started the model means now what they have done, if you are going the all command which is available here, so you can see if you want to work on the SQL, you go and install the SQL Server model, right? If you want to work on the Azure, you import the Azure model. If you want to work on the AWS, you go and import the AWS model. So like that, for it is specific to that model. Like if you want to work on the disk level of information, so you import the disk level of model, you will get 20 of command or 100 of command you will able to get, right? So using that command, you go and start working on that. No need of creating. Before, people was doing this kind of thing. After that, what they have done, they have launched the model. Once the model came, means it is the same as this. Just think about in invoke SQL CMD, this is the SQL model. So you go and import the SQL model, automatically these are the feature will come. So no need of developing like this program, no need of like this. It is very simple. Just you use that one command. Let's pass the server name, whatever you want, you can go and do the work. It was very easy. Even in our class, we will go and work on this also. We are going to work on this also. We are going to work on the DBA tools also. All kind of programming we can see. If directly, if I'm going to DBA tool only, if I'm going to explain you, you will not able to develop your programming languages. So developing the programming languages, you have to develop this all object level of thing. We'll see how we are going to do into the later classes. So now I'm just moving to this PowerShell version 5. It is gone. Then it is the time is came for PowerShell version 6. Once the PowerShell version 6 has been came, it is that nothing but is a .NET Core. So .NET Core means it can be work on the Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Everywhere you will be able to perform. Why this is Microsoft has launched? Because you know the SQL Server you can install into the Linux version also. So it's what Microsoft want to give the compatible level for that. Who are the working on the Microsoft SQL Server with the Linux? For them, they are able to just develop the programming. So for that, PowerShell version 6 came. After that, PowerShell version 7 is also there. Now we are into the PowerShell version 7. We are there. So we are not going to discuss anything on the PowerShell version 7 or something called PowerShell version 6. We are going to work on PowerShell version 5 only. If you know the PowerShell version 5, because 6 and 7 nobody will work on the Mac in your organization. Also, you are not working on the Linux platform. So why we are going to work on this kind of thing? So this is the about the PowerShell. Let me know if you have any doubt about the PowerShell. I think you have understood. If somebody will ask what is PowerShell, why the PowerShell is used, whether the PowerShell is object-oriented programming, what is the core feature of object-oriented programming, you will able to tell this. Why, whether you are able to do the PowerShell is based on the .NET framework, so that's why it is going to support the all .NET library and function. When the commandlets was not there, people was using the SMOs to perform the SQL level of information. In the SMOs also you have to create that new object. Before that, people was doing their own programming, same as your .NET, is same as your batch programming. After that, it came to the .NET, no, not .NET, DBS tools, and new features is there. We will discuss later. I think till here you don't have any doubt about the whatever I have explained, right? Guys, if you
Just
have,
quick
you,
question.
yes, please.
Yes, I know you are going to do all this programming later on, but when you go back to the first script, right, where it says dollar student equal to new object, right, PS object
Mhm.
dash property.
Yes.
What this property are you passing those parameters and the values into the property, and what is this PS object? Is it also
PS object is nothing but if you are going to save anything, so that's why I have given the PS object. If you want to work on some internet level of thing, something you have to pass something different from here.
so you're
It's just,
giving it a name, your name, right?
yeah, it is my name. If you want, you can give any person name.
No, I'm just saying PS object is a name, or is it something from the PowerShell itself?
PS object is if you want to save any value, that time you have to use the PS object. There is the many more thing is there. If you want, I will give you the link.
So
I'm
it's
just
my understanding PS object is like any object you create in the
yes,
variable using
variable.
array.
So for that, I am using this. Even not only this, if you go to the Google, there is a many more thing you will able to use instant of this. If you want to work for the internet, it has two results. So something you will pass something different. If you want to write here something get date and all, so that time you will pass something different. .NET library things you have to pass here. So that's why I told don't think more onto this. Just this one I have written just for showing you it is the object, how we are just passing the parameter, how we are getting that. Even we are going to do with the many more programming into this. Not only this, even you will see there is that new object, we are going to create many more things. Now if I will tell you get date, I want get date using this way. So you search into the Google, you can see the new object, then they will pass something different, and then they will pass something called .NET system.object, something called like that. So even now I'm not using that one. You have to use. If you want to create something called zipping the file, that time you have to use something zip the file. It is also having some of the thing into the Google. You check what library they are using. That one you have to pass from here.
So that is the very old way of doing things. Now just like you can type like get date, get object, get name, like get dash noun, and you can get all the list.
Yes,
And you
get
can
date is giving the all of the list, but this is the commandlets. This
right,
is the
right.
commandlets. This is not a .NET library function. Even this thing you will able to get from .NET library also. After 10 minutes, it will log off again.
And you can find the like you can do get dash noun, and you can find all the name of the noun, like all the object in it, right?
Yes, yes. If you are going with get date, if I'm going to search here, it is going to give this all of the detail. If you are going to give
Right.
date, it is going to give date. If you are going to just run this, what is going to display the result? This time it is giving only this month of result.
Right.
It is not giving that what is the time it's happened. If you are
Yeah.
going to, if you are going to pass dot date, so this is going to display only the date 30. So like that.
Yeah.
So this is commandlets, but same thing you will able to do from this also. Just I will show you if you want. Even I am not get date, not get date using .NET. Ah, system date, something I forget as well as system dot date time. See here, new object system dot date time. New object, if you are going, you have to go with this. Somewhere it is, I will show you. Maybe it is, no, it is the, it is not a, this is also commandlets only. So okay, this is also commandlets. Nowadays, but because it is launched, people is not using system dot date time. Just I will see this somewhere. It has to new objects. Because these all are the thing new object.
That's okay. Don't worry. Go to the next slide. So yeah, we'll discuss later.
Preferred offset for the date time. Yeah, it is. Now it is not coming, but because this all are the old thing where people is using it. So I will showing you how it is going to be. Somewhere it has to come. .NET thing I am checking, not from this all other commandlets. New object. Okay. Somewhere it has to date for each object. Not this also. Somewhere it is
It's
there. I
okay.
will show
We're gonna
you.
talk about some other day. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah. No, just 1 second. I'm checking that class and also here like this is also using the get date only. I want like a new object thing how to create. See here, this is also get date only commandlets only. It is using. This is also is using the get date only. Somewhere I think it is somewhere I have used some. Powershell new dot yes that only. Just give me 1 second. This last it is not get so somewhere it has to display that .NET level. Okay, I will check the letter. I will show you. I will show you the same thing you will able to do from
Yeah, yeah, no
that.
problem. Don't
If you are
don't sweat
using,
about
okay,
it.
if
Yeah.
you are going to use, because this all are the all are using now commandlets only. See here, output is system date time. Maybe it is going to get type system get member. System to date is there, no? It is object type. So this one you have to use for getting the date.
Yeah, no worry. That's fine.
So this one you have to use. I will show you that format list how it is using this. people will use like just example like system.date, the same thing, only you can use like this date. I don't know, just I will give a try. So at this time I have created the objects, right? So this time I'm not using PS objects because this having the feature to get the date and time. If I'm going to execute this and the value it is going to store here. So if I'm going to execute this and if I'm going to give this now here and if I'm going to give dot, so it is going to give that the things what how it is format list get type full name. Okay, I can pass for year and all. So hour something hour I will give. Let's see what is the result it is displaying. So maybe some result is coming, but it's giving 0. So, but you understood, no? This is a new object. This time I am passing that system date. So new object you can create for internet if you are something access. So something you have to pass something different from you have to pass from here. So you can go to the Google, what is a new object, how to create, you will able to. But here also I am creating the new object, but this is a different way to pass the variable and all. This is the SMOs this time I am using. This is also nothing but it's a .NET only.
Yeah.
Getting no? And after that I'm passing the server name, I am fetching some data from here, attribute and all. Getting or not?
Yeah.
So like that. So before that commandlets was not there, people was using this. So how this SMO is called, that one we have discussed into the later classes, because later already I have PPT. I'm going to discuss this all as SMOs. I think not in the day 3 class we are going to discuss about the all SMOs and all. It is a very, once you will start, then you will come to know how much thing we are going to deal with this. You can see here, not a day 3 class. I think day 4 I'm going to discuss this all, where I'm going to explain you again about this, like how the Powershell has been developed and what thing it is came somewhere. You can see here. Again, we will come to the mini cell, PS model, snap in and all. If you go to the down, you can see this all are the SMOs, right? SQL Server Management, whatever I am using. So how it is came, how it is the purpose of this, from when it is started. So we will go and we will discuss this in the later classes. So I hope you understood. My work is not to, till now I have not started any programming, right? So don't worry that you are not understanding any coding, because coding I have not explained today. I have just explained the environment about the Powershell, history about the Powershell, version about the Powershell, right? So if you want, you can go to the Google, you can check something more, and we will start the class tomorrow. Are you happy with this class? Because
that's good.
At least you have to give me day 3 class. Till day 3 class you have to wait. After that only the programming will start. Means programming will start from day 1 only, but you will start understanding everything from the day 3. Because
can we do like 1 day break in the middle? Because every day it can be too much for us. I don't know.
No. Yeah. I will take that only 1 day break, but Saturday, Sunday I will take the class.
Okay. You're gonna take both day
Sunday,
weekend, right?
yeah, because this is off for me. So Saturday, Sunday I will take the class, and remaining days I will be not continue, because see, day 1 and day 3 is very big class. 4 day, 5 days it will take for you, and you having lot of confusion.
Yeah, on the weekend we can take both class, but on the weekend, can you do at night time your time? So it's good for us, because
Okay, no problem. You can tell me like at what time IST you want to schedule. I will schedule.
We're gonna discuss in our convenient. So when is the next class? Tomorrow or day after tomorrow?
Tomorrow I will take again.
Okay. Rajesh, I'm a little bit confused. So what days are you going to teach again? Like
we're gonna be connected in 10 seconds.
See here what is going to be happen after 1 minute, it will be log off again. You have to log in again. See here, this class is totally depend upon whenever you will be free and I will be free.